Hello, welcome. In today's video, we are going to look at how to handle SEO with Next.js 13, where we look at number of concepts, including dynamic sitemaps, OG images, and metadata API. So before we dive into this video and start looking at different concepts, I want to thank those ones who have genuinely subscribed to my channel. Currently we are on 618 and I'm so grateful, guys, for supporting me and watching the content. Okay, so if you have not subscribed, please subscribe so that we continue making content for you. So let's dive into today's video, and I'm very excited to talk about this topic. And I like managing SEO and like handling SEO, and Next.js 13 has taken it to the next level. Okay, they have taken away the complexity and somehow they have simplified the concept of site SEO, more especially in big projects. So we are going to look at a number of items, but before that, let's look at somehow the checklist that you should think about when you're handling SEO. Now, to those ones who do not know what SEO means, SEO is search engine optimization. Basically, what it means is how you appear or how you help your website to come in searches on Google listing or on Google search listing. Okay, and some of the concepts or list of those checklists that you have to know are some of these ones I'm going to show you very fast. One, your website must have a favicon icon. Okay, your website must have a favicon icon and even also an Apple icon. Then you can also go ahead and put also Android icon. Then we have titles. Each of your pages should have a unique and a descriptive title, and the characters should be 60 characters or less. We have meta description, so you have to have each of your page must have descriptions. Then we have headings. You must have use proper heading tags to structure your content. We have URLs. You must have clean, descriptive, and SEO friendly URLs for your pages. We have image alt tags. You should make sure that all your images, they have descriptive alt text for images to improve accessibility and search engine understanding. We have internal linking. We have external linking, mobile friendly design. You must optimize images, minimize code, browser caching to improve load times. We have structured data markup. We have all these things, and we are going to go through and look at how to set up those most important ones. Okay, so you should have also sitemap. You should have also Robots.txt file. You should have canonical tags, OG images, Twitter cards, keywords, content quality, and so many others, including even local SEO, whereby you set up a Google My Business listing. Now we are going to look at the most important ones in this video so that you can just right away set up your website that you have built in Next.js 13. So I already have a project that I'm working on, and I'm just going to use that one instead of showing you how to do it without using a project. I think it is very good when you see me working on an actual project whereby we set up all these things. So I already have a website here. I'm just going to go to this website, and it is this one. Okay, so this is a furniture website I've been working on. Okay, there is no big deal here, but we are going to use this project to go through and we see how we can set up some of these concepts so that we can optimize everything. So when I go to my project here, I have the app here, and then I have different pages, and then I have also this the home page, which is here. The home page is here. Okay, I have the home page and it is here. So this is a good start. I have a lot of things I'm doing here, fetching data and all that kind of stuff. Today we are not going to look at fetching data and all those kind of stuff. We are purposely going to look at search engine optimization. So the first thing to start with, I'm just going to start with a favicon icon. Okay, I'm just going to start simply with favicon. Now you might be wondering what is a favicon, but right now if you look at the browser very well, I don't know if I zoom in, it does not actually help, but this icon that you see with the title here, that is what you call a favicon. Okay, so your website, as you said, it should have a favicon. Okay, it should have a favicon, and I'm just going to start setting up a favicon. And in Next.js 13, setting up a favicon is really very easy. If you check in our app, folder here, we have a number of things, and one of them is favicon.ico. Okay, so this is the current favicon right now. If you check here, this icon you're seeing here is actually coming from here. So simply putting this icon here is just enough to set up that icon for your website. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to simply go and change this icon to the one I want. So how do I generate a favicon for my website? Now the favicon for your website, you would generate it. There is a website here. I'm just going to say, for instance, favicon. There is a website called favicon.io. Okay, this favicon.io. Now, depending on what you have, for instance, in this website, I'm using a text, lighthouse, furniture. I would just maybe either have a logo. If I had a logo, for this lighthouse furniture, I could just simply put that logo there. So they ask you, where do you want to generate that logo from, the favicon from? So you have a lot of options. You have PNG, you have text, and you have even emojis. Okay, so if you have a logo in PNG, you simply click on this one, you upload the logo, and then it will give you the favicon. Okay, so you see they say if you do not have the logo or image for your website and you want to generate a favicon from scratch, then you can use this one. So I'm just going to click on text since I don't have the logo. Okay, and you can simply type in here, I guess, the text. So you can see here, you can type in a text here like F or something. Okay, so I can just go like LH, lighthouse furniture. I can just do that, and then they give you to customize all these things like font color and background color. So let me just say I'm just going to have a background color of this, and then color of white, and even the font size, they are set to 110. I don't know how 110 looks like, but this is what you would do to generate. I don't know if they have a preview. Okay, the preview is here. Okay, a preview is there, and let's just simply change this font. Okay, let's see if they have like a, I don't know, just change, and let's get like a good one. There is that one I've put, looks like nice. Let me just see if we can get okay, and then just select about poppins. I'm just going to use really any of these ones. I'm not going to mind. Okay, so let me just see. Okay, let's just go with this one. Okay, I'm just going to go here and let me try to put like 200 the font, and that is not good. Let's just stay with 110, the one they set here. Okay, that is good enough. Okay, and I can just simply download this. So you can see here, you can download. So click on download and they will just give you a download. Just come here. So if you have this in the same way, if you have your image, you simply come and upload your image, as I've said. So when you go to this website and for instance you have a PNG, click on the PNG here and simply upload, as I've said, drop your files here, and then they will generate for you the icon. Okay, so after that you download that file. After you have downloaded, as we're in this folder, I have this one. So I'm just going to extract this. So it has a lot of files. What I normally do is I'm just going to go to my project here, right click here, reveal in File Explorer to open this folder here. So this is where the Favi icon is located. I'm just going to put here icons, just put like icons so that I can extract from there. I don't want to put all these things inside my stuff, so I just simply paste it there and then right click to unzip. So they give you a zipped file where the icons are contained. So simply unzip this file and just wait, and we are waiting to unzip these files so that we can just get our Favi icon. And also you're going to see we need an apple icon. Okay, so extract here, and they give you all these icons. Okay, they give you all these icons, as you can see here, and we have this Favi, which is here, Favi icon.ico. So copy this, Ctrl C, or you can just simply right click to copy. Okay, you can just simply right click to copy, and what I want is I want to copy this icon and I go and I replace it with the other icon. Okay, so this is taking much longer. Okay, finally is here. So copy. I am just going to come here in this folder. This is the app folder. Okay, this is the app folder. I'm just going to delete this one which is currently there, delete it, and then paste this one. Okay, so I've pasted a new one. Okay, I've pasted this new one. Now I'm just going to go back. Now sometimes it does not change like instantly. Sometimes it can take some time to change. Okay, it does not change instantly, but it will take after reloading. Okay, it has worked. So but sometimes it takes some time to load. Be patient, but it would have worked. So you can see my Favi icon is there. And let me just show you what Next.js in the documentation, what they recommend you doing, okay, on that Favi icon and the Apple icon. So I have this page, so I will link these pages. I will link these pages in the description. So the first one, you can see we have the Favi icon, and Apple icon. So the Favi icon, Apple icon file conversions allow you to set icons for your application. They are useful for adding app icons that appear in places like web browser tabs, phone home screens, and even search engine results. Okay, so this is how the Favi icon is very important. Now, there are two ways to set up the icons. One, you can use the image files like this, or you can use code to generate the icons. Now, there are those two ways, and most of the things we are going to look at, there are always those two ways. So the one we have used is where we have used the file convention, and that's the one I normally stick to. So for the use the image file to set an app icon by placing Favi icon, and Apple icon image file within your app directory. So you can see all what I'm telling you, I'm not just getting them, I'm getting them from the documentation. Okay, let me zoom in the documentation so that you can actually read very well here. So they're telling you just simply name this Favi icon, and Apple icon image file within the app. So they tell you here. So let me scroll down. You will evaluate the file head, blah blah, and so the file convention here, you need to name this Favi icon, and then the supported file is here. Then for the icon, you can still also name it as, you can see, you can have JPEG and all these ones. So to set the icon and Apple icon, you do the same. So go back to these files which had the icons. Okay, you will find all these icons here. Okay, for instance, there is Apple icon. So here they tell you how to name it Apple icon, as simple as that. So just going to copy the first one, this one, rename it to Apple. Okay, just name it to Apple icon, as simple as that. Apple icon, copy it. So I copy it and I drop it in the app folder, which is this one, where we have the Favi icon. So drop it outside there, Apple icon, just like that. Then let me just go back. I'm just going to get this one or this one as the icon. So I'm just going to get any of this one and I'm just going to rename it as icon. As simple as that. Control C, copy it, and then let's drop it in here. So there are the three icons you need according to even the documentation. Okay, you need to simply have the Favi icon, which is of the format ICO. The icon can also be of this format ICO, or can be JPEG, PNG, or SVG. Still, you put it in the app, and they show you the valid locations can be up and then even inside. So we have all these ones. Okay, so moving on. So if you want to generate, they show you how they will look like or how they will generate them outside. So if you want to generate them using code, you can still apply here using the image response from the Next server. So you can just generate them, okay, using this code here. I'm not going to try that one out because I simply like just putting them exactly the way we have done. Okay, I like just using the way we have done like this. Okay, so that is done. So the icons are done. Let's move on to the next. So the next one is metadata. Okay, so the next one is metadata, and metadata is have a number of things which includes titles and descriptions, more especially. Okay, which includes titles and meta description. I wanted to show you. I think it is in this step. So let me show you here. So the title tags, as we said, each page should have a title, okay, a unique title and descriptive title between these pages, okay, and then we have also meta description, just like that. So we have those two things majorly, but you are going to see how we are going to add even more things. So for the metadata, when you go back to your app here, we have a location in the layout. So in your page, automatically when you create it, you will find this layout file. So this layout file is where you can put the header and the footer of my website. You can see I have the header and even the footer. They are placed in the layout. Okay. So on top here on the layout, you will see something called metadata. There is this function called actually it's just like an object export const metadata. So this is where we define everything we need on metadata. Okay. So metadata, if you can look at our app right now, is having here beside the Favi icon, you can see here there is a name called create next app. Okay, create next app. Now this is the default that comes into this one. Okay, so I can change this and I say right now like lighthouse. Okay, I can just say lighthouse furniture. Okay, lighthouse furniture, just like that, as just a title of this website. If I just do that, you'll see that in a second this one is going to refresh, and then this one is going to change. Okay, let me just reload the page here. Okay, I'm just reloading this page here and want to see here this title changing. Okay, so you can see that the title has what? The title has changed here. Okay, the title has changed to lighthouse furniture. That is great. Now on the title, that is not enough. As we are here, they just only put two keys. They put the title and the description, but there is more to this than what they mention here. Okay, now let me just show you in the documentation about the title. So we are done with this link here. Okay, we are done with this link. Let's just go to the next link, which is actually metadata. So on the metadata, there are so many things on the metadata. Okay, there are so many things, and I just want to scroll down here before we go to, let me see a minute. Yeah, okay, just on this page here. So we have the metadata conventions. What we have here, the first one is always title and description. Okay, so the title and description, there's what they say we can see support. We are going to look at that later, but what we want to look at are the options. Okay, they are the options, and the first one, metadata field, is here. The first one you see is a title. So the title attribute is it set the title of the document. It can be defined as a simple string or an option template. Now simply you can just simply put a title just like this, and then you can of course also set it as a template, which you are going to see in a second. Now on the template, you see they give us a number of options, and we are going to dive into these three options: the template, the default, and the absolute. Okay, and then they went ahead and they defined what all these ones mean. The title.default can be used to provide the fallback child title to child routes segments that don't have a title. So normally this layout here, everything you put in the layout will be covering the whole entire website. Okay, everything you put in the layout here will be covering the entire, like this icon will be on the entire website everywhere. Okay, so now what I want to do is for this title is divided into three parts, only the title. And the reason being is that if you have other pages, let's say I have another page, I'm just going to create here in a minute. Okay, let me just create here a page, and we create a page by creating a folder, and I'm just going to create like about page, about here, I'm just going to say about dot, not just about dot, just create a folder about, and then here I'm just going to create a file. I'm creating page.js, just like that, and then inside here you can just say RFC. Okay, we can just do RFC and just see if they can generate for us the template. Okay, and if they delay, I'm just going to create this by myself. Okay, I'm just going to say export. Okay, I can just say export function. Okay, page, and you can just go ahead and call it like about, and then we can return, okay, we can return some HTML. So here I'm just going to put some JSX. For instance, I'm just going to say section. Okay, I'm just going to put section here, and inside here I'm just going to say h2. Okay, I'm just going to say h2, and I'm just going to say about us page. Actually, I'm just going to create this page later on. So now, like these other pages, I want to show you something. If for instance we put something like this, and I want to go to this page, I'm just going to say stroke. So I'm just going to go here on the route, and I'm just going to say about, just like that, and then we expect it to load, and we are still having problems with saving here. And let's see, it must be compiling, as it is just here loading. Okay, so you will find that you have a lot of pages apart from this home page, the page. You will find you have a lot of pages, the about, services. You have very many pages, the blog page. You know the pages you have. For instance, I also put the contact page. Let me just create a new one, a new contact. Okay, just like that, and then I'm just going to create here a new one, new file, page.js, just like that, and I can just do a RFC. Now if it is not working, I'm just going to simply copy what I put here in this here and simply paste it here, and let me change this one to contact page. Contact page. Okay, so now the about page is here. I don't know if it has loaded. I can see it has loaded with I'm not going to go ahead and style. Maybe let me just say style. Let me just put inline styles, maybe to look at these. Okay, let me just come here and say style, and let me just see color red. Okay, and even the other one, maybe to give it something difference. Okay, and this one, just going to call this one about, and then let me just give some simple styles. Okay, and let's just reload the page and see. I don't know why there is nothing showing up here. And we can also check on the contact. We see if contact for it is being seen, and supposed to be export default. Okay, export default. Okay, don't forget that if you don't put export default, it is, I think, not going to work. Export default function. Okay, it should work now. Okay, so we're still explaining about the we are still explaining about this let me go back to the layout. We are still explaining about this title. So the title, under normal circumstances, if you write it like this, this is going to be used for the entire website. Okay, this is going to be used for the entire website on every page. So if you want this to remain the only title you have for each page, entire the whole website, then you can continue with this one. Okay, you can continue with this one. But if you want to, there's something I have here in the console. Let me just try to restart the server. I'm having, are you saying I have to free up some space? I don't know what would be the problem. Let me just rerun my server here. Okay, meanwhile, let's just continue getting this, how to do this. So now on different pages, if you just use as this one is going to be running, let's just be setting up this one, and then we'll see it at once. So the title, you can set the title of your page just like this, and now this one is going to be used on all pages. But if you want to set each individual page to have its own metadata, so for instance, I'm just going to copy this and I take it to like about page. So on the about page, it is also supposed to have its own metadata. Okay, so for instance, the title here, I want to say it's supposed to be about. Okay, and then the description, I'm also supposed to put a description on the about, just like this. Okay, now if we do this like this, on the about, this one would be replaced. This one we have here, the lighthouse furniture, might be replaced here. Okay, so Next.js gives us options that we can use to customize our application titles. So for instance, here on the title, we can set this one as an object. Okay, I'm going to just use this one as an object, and we have the default title. Okay, so we can have the default, and then we can have the template. And then if you wanted, you could also have the absolute. Okay, you could have also the absolute, just like this. Now, how do these ones work? For instance, in this one, we are going to put in the default, you say lighthouse, and just say lighthouse furniture. Okay, lighthouse furniture, just like this. And then in the template, you put something like this. So you put percentage, okay, S, just like this. And now I can put any word I have here. For instance, lighthouse furniture, just like that. And then these ones, the purpose of this one is that if you have lighthouse furniture, is going to be the default for all those pages which don't have titles. If for instance I remove this one, now any page which doesn't have any title, it will take this one as the default. But if it has a title, for instance the way we have about, now we can prefix it with a template, just like this. For instance, here we might want something like about, and then we want something to stock with something like lighthouse furniture, just like this. You might want something like this, lighthouse furniture, on every page. So you can give it a template and it only injects the title and then it maintains some other words on that title. Okay, I don't know if you understand that. So for instance, if you have a template like this, it will come where we have the percentage S, and injects this title here on this page, and then it will maintain this text we have here after these template strings. Okay, that is the purpose of this one. Then the absolute, I'm not going to use it, but absolute means that if you want to overwrite this template, then you can put a title in the absolute. So I always don't use absolute, and I'm just going to remove it. So let's just go back to the home page. I don't know if the app is now okay. And meanwhile, I'm just going to head also to Chat GPT. Okay, I want to show you how I always work with the Chat GPT, so that you can also involve it into your applications. Okay, try to involve Chat GPT to do some of the donkey work for you, like getting the content for clients. You can just leave it to Chat GPT. So I'm just going to put here a prompt to help me generate some of these things. So that we have the title and the description we want to put to our app. Those are the two most important ones that each page should have. So I'm in the layout. So I'm just going to come here. I will tell ChatGPT about my website. I say I have a company. I can just say I have a furniture company where we manufacture all types of all different kinds of furniture. You can just give some examples if you want. You can just say like beds, sofas, desks, living room. So you can just really go ahead and put some of these categories: sofas, desks, shelves, and so many others. Okay, so you say the company is the company name is called Lighthouse. Let me just maybe try to zoom in so that you can see very well this prompt. Lighthouse, lighthouse furniture. Okay, it is located in Bugolobi, okay, Kampala, Uganda. Okay, so you can just say I am making SEO you can say I am setting up the SEO for the company website, okay. So I would like you to be helping me to construct SEO friendly items Okay, so the first ones I want is generate for me the title. You can just say website. Okay, title, the title and description. Okay, for me the title, description, this one should be between max of 60 characters. Okay, just like that. And then this one, I think it is 150. Description max 160 characters. I think let's just first confirm for this title how much characters you need. So for the title 60, description is 160. Okay, up to max 160 characters. Characters, just like that. Okay, so now we're just going to just type enter and let's see what is going to just say. So you can just see here it gave us this one, lighthouse furniture, quite bed, sofas, desk shelves, Bugolobi, Kampala. Very nice. So I'm just going to copy this, take it here in the default, just paste in this one. Okay, lighthouse furniture, quite bed, sofas, desks, and you can see Bugolobi, Kampala. Okay, then in the template, okay, we want to maintain all this one. Okay, for instance, want to maintain lighthouse, and I normally just copy this the way it is and then I put it here. You get, I just put here just like this. Do you have this one? So it will be like about, okay, then lighthouse furniture, quite beds, sofas, blah 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 blah. Okay, and that is great. And then we have also the description. So let me just scroll down. The description: discover exquisite furniture at Lighthouse, transform your space with our range of beds, sofas, desk shelves, visit our Bugolobi Kampala showroom. So just copy this. Okay, so now you can just tell it here to include the phone number for this person. So I'm just going to say in the description include call, okay, like 07 blah blah, like that. So that we have the something, it can just put, let's say, upgrade your home with lighthouse furniture, find the beds, sofas, desk shelves, what, visit our what we call this one. So just copy this one where we even have a phone number in the description, which is always good. So you just come here and let's replace it with this one. Okay, so I'm just going to put the actual phone number for this client. Okay, okay, and okay, let me just put this. So you can just like put the actual telephone number here. Okay, and I'm just going to finish this later to avoid you guys try to scam this guy calling him now and then, but I'm just going to put here the phone number. So this is good. If we now head back to this website, I guess it has already loaded. So you see here we have Lighthouse. Now look at that name, a very descriptive name, Lighthouse furniture, descriptive beds, blah 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 blah. Let's go to the about page. I don't know if it has now loaded. Okay, about. If it fails, we'll just leave it out and we move on to other things. Okay, so it is there. Okay, it is just there. Now I want you to see now the title, that is the most one we are interested in here on top. So you can see already as it is loading the data. Okay, sorry, color red is not defined. Okay, so this, sorry for that, this one's supposed to be a string, just like that. Okay, and I don't think we need even this color at all. Let me just remove it. Okay, last time I was just trying to see if it can load the page, and that means even on this contact we're just going to remove this color red thing here, just like this. Just remove this one. There is no need of putting inline styles. Okay, so we have here the about page, and now what you're interested in is this description. So look at this. So now we have a good extension that can show us that. So go ahead and install this extension. Let me stick it up here. So there is this extension called this one. You can just go SEO Meta in one click. So just come here and you can just first get this extension, so that we are going to use it to check some things. SEO Meta in one click. SEO Meta in one click. Chrome extension. So just get this Chrome extension, this one. Get this extension, install it. Me, I would have it installed. So when you come to a page like this one, just click on it. Okay, just click on it, and it will just give us what we want to see it very well, instead of just like hovering here. But you can see here, if we hover, it has already injected the about. Let me see. Okay, it is loading. Okay, so for instance, it has the about. It tells us there are 80 characters here. Never mind. And then these ones, the description is still having generated by create next app. Okay, so you can see this is the about has been injected. If you see what we have on the about page, let me go back to the about page. In the meta tags here, we just only add the word about. Okay, we have only this word about, but if you see what has been generated here, we have the about, then they have injected all this other one. So where was that one come from? That one came from the layout. Okay, it came from this layout here. You get it came on the layout just here. And so in layout we have where we have the template. So it will replace this %s with the title to find on another page, and then to maintain this text. That is cool. So for the description, we can just go ahead and ask Chat GPT also to generate that. Okay, so generate the description. I can put on the about page. Okay, include the telephone, the phone number in the description. So I'm showing you how you can question very well Chat GPT, and it will always just give you the stuff. Okay, you can also still tell it to limit the words to 160 characters. Okay, characters, just like that. So you can just always really command it, and it will just always give you a very nice stuff. Okay, and it has given us just like the other first one, which is very okay. So if you want to use this, let me just first paste it here, and we see the difference. Crafting, let's see this one, which is upgrade exquisite furniture in Bugolobi, Kampala beds. Okay, this is somehow different, so just going to take it. So let me just come on here, copy this one, just copy this one and just go to the about page and just simply paste this one, just like that. Okay, just paste something like that in the description. Okay, and let's just go and see if it is now, if it has loaded already. Okay, so you can still use this. We are going to use our extension, this SEO Meta in one click. Okay, and it gives you a number of things. It does not only give you the title, but it gives you all these things here. Okay, it gives you all these things here. Let's just reload again. I don't know if it has changed. Just click on it. Okay, so you can see here we have the stuff here. Call us to inquire for all visitors today. You can see it has a very nice title here and even the description. So you can see what we are missing are the keywords, URL. So there are so many other things that these people, they do not provide in the documentation. Okay, in the documentation they give you some of the few things that you have to do. Okay, some of the things that you have to do, they have just only put the title and description, but there is more to that you can provide. So there is what they said, let me just go here, all the meta fields that you can put. So they have all these title, description. Okay, so there is other things here. They have told you description, but then say basic fields. Okay, there is application name, keywords, authors, color scheme, creator, publisher, format, detection. Okay, so there is all these other things we can actually put. Okay, now let's just put others as they want them. There is also metabase. Okay, there is this metabase is a convenience option to set the best URL prefix for metadata fields that require a fully qualified URL. And you are going to see this is very important, and you can set it as something like this. Okay, and then another one is this canonical, like the canonical and even the languages. If you have other languages, you can go ahead and even put them here. So they have just helped us to put all some of these things. Okay, so let me just copy some of these things here. So the most ones we need, you can just say have the application name. So just copy that. On top, inside the page layout, so you just go back to the layout. These ones you need to put them in the layout. So down here after the description, okay, just put here another key, which is application name. Okay, let's just put all these keys now. The another one is these keywords. I'm putting the important ones, and authors, just like this. Those ones are important. You can just copy that. Okay, just put just like that. Next, the ones we need. We can also put these two, creator and publisher. Okay, down here, creator and publisher. Then next, now these ones format detection, you can just leave them. And then metabase, this one is very important. We can just set this one. Okay, and even this alt, and then this metabase, put it on top here. This metabase is going to be used for canonical URLs. So on top here, I'm just going to set on top here, I'm just going to set the canonical. So set this here, metabase. Okay, set this one, the metabase, and here you always put the hosted version of the website. Okay, so for instance here I'm just going to put Lighthouse Furniture, like Lighthouse Furniture.com, https lighthousefurniture.com, just like this. I haven't hosted it, but this is what you should put, so that this one is going to be used in other places. For instance, in the about, okay, when we put these canonical URLs here in the alt, just copy like this alt here. Let me just copy the alt. So normally on each website you always put this the alt, okay, down here. Let me just put this alt, and on the languages simply leave only one, the English, unless you have other languages you are supporting on your website. Now if you have the canonical, this metabase set, if you have this metabase set like this, now here you can simply leave this slash. This slash will actually represent this metabase URL, this one. If you don't have it, the metabase there, you should actually make this one a full URL if you don't have it there. If you have metabase defined on top here, you can now simply use this slash to mean the index or to mean the home page of the website. Now I'm just going to first copy this, and I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to take it to about in a second here. So on the about page here, I can just go here and I say canonical, and now I say slash about. I'm able to do this because I've set this in the layout. I have this metabase here in the layout. If you don't have this, please don't use this one. The canonical will not work. Okay, so in the about we have that, and the languages I can remove so that we keep with the default. So here I have only these ones here. Now still on the metadata, now we can go and check here on this website. We can just go ahead and check now how much information do we have, like on this page now. So click on this one, and you see it has now, look at this. So now you see the URL, and the URL of the website is here. Look at the canonical. Look at the canonical URL. The canonical is https lighthousefurniture.com/about. Okay, you can see that. And then you have all the other ones, the author, publisher, and even language is set to English. Okay, and if you don't mention anything, they just take the ones in the layout. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put other things, like the application name. We're just going to set it to Lighthouse Furniture. Lighthouse Furniture, just like that. Lighthouse Furniture, and then keywords. So I'm just going to come here to Chat GPT again. Here I'm just going to say generate an array. Okay, an array of keywords. Okay, for this website. Okay, so you can just tell it to generate like maybe 20. Okay, generate an array of 20. Maybe you can just say 20 keywords. I don't know, you can just tell it to generate any you want. And I'm just going to say put it in an array, put the keywords so that we don't have to suffer. Put the keywords in an array. Okay, in an array, just like that. And it should now put the keywords in an array, just like that. Okay, so you have all these keywords, and they have just put them in the array. Just copy this array here. Just going to come here and copy this array, and I don't just simply copy them, and then while you have the keywords here, just replace them with these ones. Okay, so you see, explaining your website area alone to the Chat GPT, it will generate for you all the keywords for you. Also, the authors, I'm just going to put my name here. Okay, so these ones you can simply just put, you remove this first one, and you can just put the name and the URL. So I'm just going to put JB Web Developer, and I'm just going to see here at this hub. Okay, just like that. And here the link, I'm just going to simply put this is hub. Okay, this is hub.com. okay, just like that. Creator, the same thing. Just going to copy this and put it here. If you are the creator, you can just put your name, you stroke your company, and here you can put the URL to your website or whatever, but you can just put here stuff. Publisher, you can just go ahead and also put the publisher, the name of the publisher, like that. Okay, and then the canonical, we have already worked on these ones. So far we are doing so good, and we are putting these ones in the index, in the layout. Okay, so moving on other things, we are still on the metadata. I'm taking this so that you can understand clearly what we are doing. Okay, so they have given us at least. Now another one is this open graph. Okay, so you can see here we have the open graph. Okay, we have the open graph. Now if you go to open graph images, okay, yeah, let me just go to this page where they talk about the open graph. So the open graph image and Twitter image file conversions allow you to set the open graph and Twitter image for a route segment. They are useful for setting the images that appear on social networks and messaging apps when a user shares a link to your site. So when someone shares a link like on WhatsApp, that image that shows up is what we call the OG image. So there are two ways to set open graph and Twitter images. The first one is using the images, and the second one is using the code. So we are going to go to the one we always use, the one for the images. Use an image file to set a route segment shared image by placing an open graph image or Twitter image file in the segment. Next.js will evaluate the file and automatically add the appropriate tags to your app head. Okay, so now you can just set them just like this. Okay, so you have to do these ones. You can see you have to just go to your folder and put the image as open graph, and the supported formats are here. Okay, these are the supported formats. Now they don't talk about much the width. But if you go to how they want you to generate them, okay, how they to generate them, you can set the images about 800 pixels. So you can see here, when you're generating it with code, the size they said width 1200 and height 630. So we can just go with this one. So to generate these ones, you can just simply jump into Canva or any place. Let me just say here. Let me just say Canva. And I'm showing you all this so that you actually have a fully way of just making the things from scratch. You get? You don't have to cram or anything. So I'm just going to go to the app folder, look for some of the images I can work with. Okay, you can just go here in the public. I'm trying to get some images that I can easily work with. So inside the categories, I guess, let me see if I can find some images, nice looking ones. Okay, so like there is this here. Okay, I'm just going to go to also free pick. Okay, I'm just going to show you why I'm going to free pick. So just go to just design something here. First create a design. Okay, I'm just going to create a design of create down here custom size. So I'm just going to enter the side. They said width 1200 and height 630, just like that. Okay, and you can see this is a Facebook post. So just create that just like that, click on it, and meanwhile go back to free pick. I'm going to search for instance sofa beds. Okay, just like search something like sofa beds, or is it sofa beds or just sofas? So you can just search on free pick. I'm trying to get like very nice images I can use in my app. Okay, you can just have a nice image like this one is a really nice one. Okay, and you can just simply open in a new tab. So just get like a nice product that someone, if he looks at it, he will be interested to call you or even look for your product. Okay, look for very nice attractive product that you are going to use in your images. Okay, let me see if this one is good enough. Okay, this one has some good lighting, I guess. Yeah, so just go through and get something you want to, the one you can use. Okay, just get something that you can use when someone shares the image on social media, so that it can show them a nice image. Okay, so I'm just going to go with what I have found on the other page. Let me just go with this one. Okay, just simply right click, copy image, go to Canva. Remember, we have already customized this. I want to come and paste the image here. Okay, and what I'm just going to do, I'm just going to right click on the image and set it as a background, and you can see it fits in very nicely. So on top here, I'm just going to get the text. In fact, let me first get a rectangle. Okay, get any rectangle here, and I'm just going to set it like on top here. You don't need to be a very nice designer to do this. Let me get some text. Meanwhile, this rectangle, I'm just going to give it a very brown. I will give it a brown color just in a minute. For now, let me just grab the text. Okay, you can just go ahead and get a very nice text. Now let me just go here, and I want to look in some of these text, maybe this one, I don't know. of course, get the free text. Okay, so just come here and let me just click on this one. Okay, so just click on the text. I'm just going to say lighthouse, lighthouse furniture. Okay, so just click on this and delete it. Let me just make this one to fit in very well. So I need this text to fit in up here nicely. Reduce the font until it fits in one line, just like this. Okay, so I want to make this background something to this color we use it here. Okay, you can just make this one black, it doesn't matter. I make it black, and then this one text, I can make the text white, just like that. Okay, so you see I have lighthouse furniture. Okay, I can have lighthouse furniture. You can just go ahead and design any you want, and after designing it, I'm just going to download this as a PNG. So download. Okay, download. So here just click on download PNG. Okay, so now I have my PNG here. It has downloaded nicely. You can go ahead and optimize it. I'm just going to simply leave it like that. Okay, yeah, to optimize it right now is something 500 kbs. Okay, we can just optimize it by just also going to this website, just to show you how you do these things in real life. Okay, so drop the image into this tiny, I'm just going to drop it here so that they compress it. So drop it here. So this is the website called tinypng.com. so just compress that, download. Okay, just like that. So we have this one now. You see it is something 166 kbs. That is really nice. So let me just get this one, take it to the app. Okay, take it to the app here in the app directory, just put it there. And remember what they told us here on these meta tags. Let me go back to the website to remind you on what they told us on those OG images. So you can see here the size, and let's just confirm even the Twitter is the same thing. Okay, even the Twitter use the same thing. Okay, so now here you see what they told us here. So the first thing is you have to do this. Okay, so here you have the PNG file, and the only thing you need now is to name it Open Graph Image. So go back to here. Let me go to the app. Okay, and rename this image F2. I'm renaming it Open Graph Image. Okay, I'm duplicating it, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. So the second one, they say name it as Twitter image. So just get this name, Twitter image, just copy it and come back to this and rename this F2 to rename, paste, and I have Open Graph Image and Twitter image done. Now they say you have to give it also Open Graph Image.ort, and it should be a txt file that is giving the description of these two images. Okay, so I'm just going to go Chat GPT. I will say write for me the alt text I can use on the Open Graph images for the site. Okay, just like to give me that text, not to think so much. As I've told you, just you can always use some of these ones, and you can see here they have given us all these things. Okay, remember the text appropriate for each image. Okay, I don't know if we just need like only one. I just say I need to give it another command. I just need only one. Okay, but you can just always just use I'm just going to type here. Let's just wait. So just include you can include always Chat GPT in your work, so that you don't have to hassle with all this content. Okay, so let me just again take it back. Maybe I refresh. Seems it is not showing me what I want. Just click on this. This the text here is not typing. Okay, let me just use some of what it has given me here. Oh, I could just edit this one. Okay, write for me the descriptive, the alt text I can use on the open graph image. Okay, image for the site. Okay, I can just make it descriptive. Okay, so they have put this one. Just copy this. Okay, and just like that, just come to this this one, just come to the code, and in the app create, you can see here on the file conventions they told us here, open graph image.alt, Twitter image.alt. So I'm just going to create those ones. Right click, create a new file, open graph. It was the word open graph is only one, open graph. Okay, image.alt, just like that, and it should be a txt. So just say txt extension, just like that. So paste this text just like that. So I'm just going to duplicate the same thing, create in the app Twitter image, Twitter image.alt.txt. okay, and paste this text here, Twitter image.alt, and let's confirm, yeah, .alt, and the formats are txt. So these images, the open graph, we are done. Okay, the open graph, we are done, and these ones are going to be used, that image will be used for the entire site. If you want, you can still generate this image programmatically here. They have shown you how you can generate it using the code. Okay, you can use still the image response, and you can come and use this image. You can create this image right away from here. Okay, I'm not going to use code. I'm just going to simply the way I've named mine here. I'm very happy with it. Now that is not all. In the layout, you can just still come and still put the open graph meta tag. Okay, so you can just simply come here and put open graph. Okay, now if you had not put the old tag, still here you can just say open graph, just like that, and you can define this as an object, and on this object you can have a number of things. One is title. Okay, so you can just use the title, and I always just use the same the same title here. Let me scroll up here. Just copy this title here. There is a title we use it here, so just this title here, I'm the one just going to use this. Copy this title, scroll down to open graph, and just put this title. Another thing you can put on the open graph, okay, is the description. So I'm just going to copy this description, copy that description, and come and put comma. Okay, and just paste it there. So you have also the description. Now you can have also the URL. Okay, I'm just going to come here and copy the URL. So this one. So on the open graph here, under the title, you can just go ahead and put another key, URL, just like this. Put the URL, and then you can also have site name. Okay, and site name is just not just, is Lighthouse Furniture, just like that. And then other, we have type and local. So you can just come here and you say type, and the type you can define it as the website. Okay, so here you put type as website, and then you can also put local, okay, or local, and then here you can just put English, okay, US, just like that. That is the language. So you do the same thing with the Twitter card. So I'm just going to duplicate this, Ctrl C, and put here Twitter card. Okay, and instead of open graph, I'm just going to put here, so here I'm just going to say Twitter card. So you say Twitter card. Okay, you just say, actually just Twitter, not Twitter card, just Twitter. So it also have title, it has also description, and for it has other things, okay, apart from the description. And you don't need even to put URL, but instead, just a second, you don't need to put the URL. One, you can put handle, so you can put a Twitter handle. Okay, so for instance, you can just say at Lighthouse. Okay, and then you can put the site, just like that. And then you can also put the card type, and this one is capital T, card type. And the card type here, you put summary. Okay, summary, large image, just like that. That is the card type. And then you can also, actually that's it. So remove this row card. So we have all these. Put open graph. Irrespective of putting these ones, I always add also these ones, the open graph and then the Twitter. Okay, then we have already added the alternates, so that is it. So this is the full object of the metadata, how it should look like. Now let's check on our home page. So if we go back here, and let me go back to the home page, and we use the SEO Meta one-click extension to see how are we doing in terms of the SEO right now. It will tell us all our tags that we have used. So let me just go into the home page, and even if you go by the way on the about page, all the things we have defined here, all these ones here, if they are not on the other page, they will all remain there. Okay, so if you go to these other pages, like the about, all the things we defined in the layout, they will come and still work on here if they are not defined. Okay, so it is loading. Okay, it is loading. I'm just going to click on this extension, and I want to see the things it is right now having. It is loading for this page. Okay, so we have our title, we have the description, we have the keywords. Look at that, 20 keywords. We have the URL, we have the canonical site. Now next we have the robots. We are going to do them in a second. We have the author, publisher, and languages. We have the H2s, H3s, and all kind of stuff. You get, so far we are doing good. Next, we are done with that, the open graph images and the meta tags. Still on the meta tags, next what I can talk about before we leave the meta tags. Now these meta tags we have defined are the meta tags for the pages that are visible. Okay, the pages you can go here in the code. Okay, these meta tags you can go here in the page and you can see them. For instance, the about, the contacts. Now there are some other invisible pages like we have, but we don't have a genuine, like they are not here direct in the code here, and those ones we call them dynamic pages. For instance, for each individual product. So you see, if I just go on these categories, for instance, I have like living room. If I click on the living room, it will take me to the category page. Okay, and also that is also the categories. It's like all these categories have pages. All these categories, they're supposed to have pages. Okay, you can see it is loading data, and you can see there is this category page. Okay, there is this category page. And by the way, for your own information, let's first check its so far the things. It has the title, since we defined them. It has the description, it has the keywords, and URL. Now the canonical, you see, it is using the canonical of the what? Of the entire website, which is not right. It's supposed to give for this page. Okay, and then there's no robots, but basically we need to give the description, like this one here, to this description, for instance, here. Okay, now how are we going to do that? So Next.js has something called dynamic metadata. Okay, so on the metadata, there is where we have a function that can generate metadata for the pages like these ones. Okay, so on top here, I'm just going to go on top here, and this is why we have generate metadata. So you can see you can create in pages. For instance, here they have app, products, then ID, then they have the page, and I can just convert this into JavaScript. I'm not using TypeScript, so I'm just going to convert. You can just come here and you select JavaScript instead of TypeScript. Okay, my page is so here I select JavaScript. Okay, so if you see here, we have a generate metadata function which takes in the params, and then on the params they can get ID, and then they can fetch data, and then they can use this data to generate the titles of the pages. And even if you wanted, you can also put the open graph. Now for the open graph image, we are going to use the same. Okay, for the open graph, we are going to leave the other ones we generated, but the most important thing we need is the titles and the description, and then also the meta tags. Okay, so they're the ones, the most important ones we need. Okay, we need the title, description, and the canonical URLs. Okay, so I'm just going to come here. Okay, I can just come here and I copy this function. Even if I don't copy that function, I can just come here to, so you have to look for where you have dynamic pages. So in my case, I have two dynamic pages. First, I have all the categories, they have dynamic pages, and two, I have the products, they also have dynamic pages. Like for each individual product, it has a dynamic page. If I go and click here on the products, they are still maybe loading. So I have like these products here, you see here. If I click on any of these products, they have their individual pages, and those pages you can't find them directly inside here, but they are just dynamically generated when the app runs. Okay, so I want to go and generate the metadata for each individual page. Okay, I want to generate the metadata for each individual page, and like using the title of this and having even the canonical URL. So what I'm just going to do, I can start with the categories. So categories slug, and inside the page here, okay, inside this page, you can create an async function on top here. So we have this one for the page. Okay, so you can just come here and create export. So you can just come here and say and in fact, I don't think it needs even to be exported. Let's first confirm. Let's just confirm here. So it is export. No, it is not this one. Metadata. These are images. Let me close some of these links. Some of these links we need to close them. Let's see this one. We need like the one of, not this one. Okay, it is here. So it is export async function metadata. So you can just, we can just write that export function generate metadata, and that is the name of the function. You should not change this name. Okay, you should not change this name. It is export. Okay, export async. Okay, export async function, and the function is generate metadata. data. Okay, export anything function generate metadata, and here at the end here you can just have something like this. So this function generate, it's supposed to be named like this. You should not put your own name. Okay, you should use this very name of the function. Okay, and what we want from here, I'm just going to come here, make sure that this name is exactly this one. So inside this function, first of all, let me first put this sidebar, remove this one so that we can see this function very well. Inside here you can receive the params. Okay, you can receive here params, and then from the params, so I'm just going to say params, and on the params you can destructure the slug. Okay, now if you are familiar with this, getting this is the same thing we used here to fetch data. You can see the same things. You have params, okay, and then from params, let me just actually use some of these things. So from getting these params, we need to go and fetch the data, and we need more specifically the categories. Okay, and we need a category here, so I'm just going to fetch. So here you can fetch all the categories. Okay, and then from there, then find a single category that we are loading on that page, and these are the 2 lines of code. You have all categories. From get categories, I already have this function, and then I have to find. So using this slug, you can find a single category. Okay, and then from there you can now return. Okay, you can now return. So what we want is, you can say return, and want to return an object. This object you are returning are the metadata. So one title, for instance, one title. Really sorry today, my PC is really struggling. Okay, so I have to return the title. So after I have fetched all the categories, I find a single category that I'm loading on that page, and then I can find its title from this category. Okay, so for instance, I can say category. Okay, I can say category dot. Okay, I can say category dot title, and I can first say if it is there, and I say dot title, just like that. Category dot title, this one will mark the title. And now you can also have the description. Since I have the description on the categories, and let me just see the actual here, the description, what I called them. I have the title, just like okay, so I want to check the actual description name I gave them, so I can just check the data here, the categories. Okay, and I see what are the keys do they have. I don't want to fetch. Okay, so it is called description. So you have the title, and then we have the description. Okay, I can still copy this card, this key, close it. Let's go back here where we have on top here, where we have our generate metadata function. So we are returning the title. 2, we can return the description. I have the key here. Okay, the description is equal to category, category dot, so you say if it is there, then put dot description, just like this. And another one we can generate is the canonical URL for this page. So I'm just going to come here, and you can put alternates, alternates. Okay, it is under the canonical URL is into the alternates, and then here you can see canonical. Okay, just like that, canonical. And then here we can generate this one also dynamically. I'm just going to say this, and we want it to be like stock categories, and I'm generating this from here. If you go to the website, okay, if you go to the website, on this part of the categories, let them load here. Okay, I'm just going to go here and I show you how I'm generating the canonical. So let me just click on one of them. Okay, so they are inside the categories stock, so you can see it is localhost, stock categories, then living room. So that's why we need here categories, stock categories. Now living room is the slug, so you see here we put the slug category dot slug. Okay, just like that. So we have all our stuff put here, and this one is going to generate for us the dynamic meta tags, the metadata. Okay, so we can do the same the same thing. Copy this function. Okay, take it to the products. So I have here products, also the same thing, dynamic products. So on top here, I'm just going to go on top here into the products. So on top, before this function for this page, just also paste this function. Okay, just like this. And in this one, we do not need category. Okay, we do not need category. Instead, we need a product. Okay, so just go here. Instead of saying this, the function remains the same. Export async function, generate metadata, and we are in this dynamic page of the products slug, then inside the page, and we have this export async function, generate metadata, and we have here accept the params where we get this slug, and these params here, they are determined by this dynamic you're using here. If you're using the ID, then use the ID here. So here I want to fetch all the products, okay, and then find a single product. Okay, so here instead of having the categories, just remove this. Okay, and instead let's put products. So first fetch all the products, get all products. If you are getting them from where Firebase, wherever you're getting them, I'm getting them from my libs folder. Just get these ones and make sure they are imported, of course, on top somewhere here. Okay, and then after getting, I get a single product, press dot find, and after that product dot find, product whose slug is equal slug, I'll find a single product, and then here you can generate this one. Okay, so here where you have the I'm just going to put product. Okay, so I can have the same thing. I have these products, they also have the descriptions, and let's confirm by checking their data, see if they have descriptions. Let's just go here and products, where are products here, and I want to see if they have the key of description. So they have a brief description, and they have also SEO description. Okay, so since the description is limited to 160, we can use the brief description of the page. Okay, we can use the brief description, or if you wanted, you could just also put the detailed one, but we have this brief description. So I'm just going to come this one, and I will use this one here. instead of saying description product is here, brief description here. Okay, just make sure you confirm what you are getting from the database and use this one, because for us we are getting here brief description. Okay, and then these alternates canonical is also product.slug. They have slug, and by the way, here the link is products. Okay, here is products, and then this one. So let's now check if these ones are working after generating them. All these metadata. Let me go to the home page, and then I'm just going to reload, and then I'm just going to check if they are working. Okay, yeah, let's just check and see. Just waiting here. Let me scroll to the categories first. So this is a category. Let's go to its page and we check its metadata. Okay, I'm just going to go to that page. So since it is loading locally, sometimes it takes some time. Okay, so finally we are here. So first of all, let's look at the title. So the title is actually being injected really well. Look at that. It is living room, which is a title here. Look at that, living room. Okay, and now we have the other one. Let's just look at here. Let's look at this one. Okay, let's just look at this one. Let's click on our SEO Meta tag. One click. In one click, this extension, you can use it to see that you have whatever it takes to get your website have the proper SEO, all the things you need for the SEO. Okay, let's just wait, and it is loading for this page. Okay, it is loading. Okay, first of all, let's look at the title. So you can see the title, living room, is here, living room. Okay, and then it has the other default one. That is good. Now description is having furniture for your cozy living room, and let's see the description for the categories. It seems it also has two descriptions. Let me first check. Categories. Let's click on categories data, and we see what we have. So we have this description, and we have also detailed description. So I just use the detailed description inside the page categories here, inside this generate meta tag. Instead of putting description, I'm just going to use the detailed description here, detailed description. And even on the products, let's use the SEO description. So here we have also the description, and we can decide, instead of using the brief one, I'm going to use the SEO description, like the one which is detailed, which was SEO description. And you can confirm from your database exactly what is your key you are using. So here, if I check the key, we have the SEO description. I can just simply copy this exact one, and then I use it here to make sure I'm loading the right one. So just go ahead, and I'm just going to reload this page, but all other things are working, including the canonical. You look at the canonical here. So the canonical is having HTTP lighthouse, and then it has categories, then living room. This is really nice. Okay, so now we are done with these ones. I'm just going to confirm with the products. Let me first reload. So I'm just going to click on a single product. I confirm the meta tags and then we proceed to the next one. I know the video is extending for more time, but this is really worth it. Okay, it is worth it because setting up the SEO is one of the most important tasks that your client is going to ask you. Okay, your client is going to ask you that there is no way you can set up without setting up the search engine optimization of website. So let's just keep there. Just hold on and we finish up. We are about to finish. So if I click on this product, I'm clicking one of these products here in the living room and it has loaded. Let's click on this meta, the extension, and it is loading. Okay, let's look at this. So you look at this, it is called the config section. So far you can see the title has been clearly injected very well, and then if you look at the description, it's the description of this software. If you also look at the canonical URL, you can see the canonical URL is also very well put. So this is really great work. Okay, so that one we are done for the meta tags. We have seen the individual one and even the static one, and also we have also seen the dynamic meta tags. So next, let's go to sitemap. Of course, sitemap is one of the most things that your site should have. You should make sure you have a sitemap. Okay, so let me just click on the sitemap here. Okay, let me just click on the sitemap. Now, sitemap also has two ways to generate it. We have a static sitemap and a dynamic sitemap. As you can imagine, we have the sitemap is a place which contains the website links or website URLs. Now, like these pages that are dynamic, there is no way the sitemap can know about them. So we have to programmatically generate them on the fly. We have to generate them programmatically. Okay, so let's just go back to this sitemap. So to add a sitemap that matches sitemap HTML format in the root blah blah, and there are two ways. You can use a static one, and the static one will be in this format, the static sitemap. It has all these, the location, which is a link, and then it has also last mode, which is also here, just like this. Okay, but we are not going to use this one. Okay, we are not going to use a static one because we have some pages which are dynamic and there is no way it is going to know about them. So we have to generate the sitemap dynamically. Okay, we have to generate the sitemap dynamically, and Next.js makes it very easy to do that. Okay, so here there is where they say generate a sitemap. So they tell you add sitemap.js or sitemap.ts file that returns a sitemap. So in our app here, I'm just going to create a new file. Okay, I'm just going to create a new file in the app here. I'm just going to create sitemap.js, sitemap.js, as simple as that. So inside that, I'm just going to now, and let me select here JavaScript. Okay, so you can see you have to write this function which says generate export default function sitemap. Okay, and you can just now go ahead and put, let me just copy this one, simple as that. Inside this one, just paste this function. So if you look at this function, you should name it sitemap as a must. Do not put any other thing, just simply name this function sitemap. if you see, it is just simply returning the URLs. Okay, it is returning the URLs. For instance, I can put for the .com. You see here it is having this one. So this one I can simply put the base. Let me just put here const base URL, and I can just going to say this one is going to be the one we used in the layout. So let me just go to the layout and I copy the link that we used here on top as this one when it is hosted. Okay, I'm just going to go here. So let me just go close some of these files. Close some of these files here, these ones. So on the page, not on the page, on the sitemap.js here, I'm just going to paste here this one. So here, then I'll just simply put this as base URL. So URL for the home page is just this .com one, and then it has this last modified new date. Then for other pages, you can concatenate. So let me just concatenate with the base. So simply have these template strings, and I'm just going to put the base here before any page. So something like this, base URL stroke about, so that for the about page it will be this, like this. And then you have also the other pages like contact us. So you can put all, basically you can put all the pages. Okay, you can put all the pages. Now for those pages that are dynamic, I'm just going to show you an example. So here you can just also have, let me just remove this one. I'm just going to have these ones. Copy this and paste like for the contact. So here just put like the normal ones. They have this URL and this one. Now how about the dynamic ones? When I talk about the dynamic ones, I mean like this page here. How do we put this one? Okay, we have to put these dynamic pages. Okay, so what you are going to do on top here, we are going to fetch the data. Okay, on top here we are going to fetch the data from the API, and we can first say, for instance, const, for instance, products. So you can first get all the products. Okay, is equal to await. Okay, await get products. Okay, you can just do this, await get products, just like that. So this one, of course, that means you have to make this one export async. So make this one async function so that it can accept the await. So do the same. So you have the products. You can also do the same to const categories. Categories is equal to await get categories. Okay, just like that. Get also the categories, just like that. So we have the products and the categories. So from these ones, we want to get URLs. Okay, so down here, I'm just going to say const product URLs. Okay, so product URLs is, I'm just going to get products. Okay, I map through them. So dot map. Okay, dot map. And when I map, I get a single product. For instance, I have access to a single product, but then what do we want to return? Okay, so when I want to return, I want to return an object. Okay, I want to return an object just like this one. I want to return an object. Let me just copy this with two keys. Okay, with two keys. I want to return an object with two keys, the URL and the last modified. So if I do this, this one will generate us an array containing all the product URLs. But then how do we generate a URL? What we want is to generate something like this. Let me copy this, one of the product URLs. So just paste it here. Okay, we want something like this. Okay, we want to have the link to the website. So this is the base URL. So I'm just going to put base URL, just like this, base URL. Okay, stroke products, then stroke, this is the slug stroke, because this name we can't have it, we have to get from the product. So I'm just going to come here and I see also this one is going to be product.slug. So this one will generate us a unique URL for each individual product, and then for the last modified we can just leave new date. Okay, so this one will generate an array which will be containing, it will generate something like this, an array containing all these links for each individual product that is in the database. So in the same way, I'm just going to get all category URLs. So here I'm just going to change this one into category URLs. So for the category URLs, you need to get categories, and then we map through them. Make sure they are categories dot map, and you have access a single category, just like that. And let's look at the link for a single category. Let me click on living room. So if you look at the categories, this is how the link is created. Okay, I'm just going to come here and paste the link. So the link has the base URL. So I'm just going to come here and I attach the base URL, just like that, just like this, base URL, categories, and then we have this one, which is a slug. So which is also a slug, which we can get from category dot slug, just like that. This is very important that you look at this function very well. Okay, category URLs, you get categories, map through them, and we have a single category, and then what we want to return, we are returning this object. Okay, an object containing a URL and the last modified, and then we are constructing this URL dynamically using the base and then the slug. So after getting them, we can now come and spread them here. So to put them here inside this array, because all these return is containing the actual links or the actual URLs of the website. So to put them inside this array, we use a JavaScript technique of spread. So just come here and say product, and here you can just say product URLs. Okay, this one, put comma here, and then down here you can also put dot, and then you see category URLs. So here we are spreading all the categories. Okay, here we have all these categories here we generated. This is an array. So to spread these items in this array, we simply spread them in this way. So if now see, this function is a fully working function of how you can put your dynamic data and then you put it inside this sitemap. Okay, so make sure you have all these ones imported on top here, and that's it. This one will generate for us the sitemap when we run yarn or npm build. So the last one we are going to talk about is the robots.txt. So the robots is actually a place where it will tell us, it will tell the robots that search your website or those Google search or the search engine robots, it will guide them on what to search and what not to search. So it also have two ways. It has the dynamic one and the static one. So the static one, you simply do something like this. Okay, in the app you put robots.txt and then you tell it where exactly your sitemap is located. Okay, or you can also do it dynamically. Okay, let me just put JavaScript here. You can simply create robots.js and then you simply put something like this. Okay, so I'm just going to simply copy this one. Okay, inside here the robots. So in the app, right click, create, and just say robots.js, just like that, and make sure the name is matching what they have told you, robots.js, and inside you can paste this code here. And if you just click the most important ones is that you have the sitemap where it is located, and you can simply put where it is located here, and here you can attach the base URL. Okay, you can have here the base URL we put here in the sitemap. This, why I'm putting it alone, is that in the future it can change. So in the robots I can have this base URL here, and then I can just come and I dynamically put it here. Okay, just like that. So let me remove these ones. So we can just dynamically put here the base URL. So let me just come here and I put $, and here we are going to put the base URL, this one. So this is where the sitemap will be located, on this .com stroke or sitemap.xml. Okay, and this is the only thing you do to generate the robots.txt. And with that, we have exploited almost everything that you need to do with search engine optimization on your site. You have the sitemap, you have generated the metadata, static one, you have the dynamic one, you have all these things we have done. Okay, so next one, of course, you have to have this site. Okay, you have to buy the domain. Okay, you can buy the domain, then you can host your website on Vercel or wherever, whichever place. And lastly, what I can just show you is also going to Google Search Console. Okay, what I can show you is by going to Google Search Console. So you can just go to Google Search Console, you add your website to Google Search Console. Okay, you can go here on Google Search Console and you add your website. So go to this page, Google Search Console, start, and then if you have never added any website, they will bring you some steps to follow. If you have already added one, they will just bring you to this page. Okay, they will bring you to this page, and on this page you can add as many websites as you can. For instance, you can just click on add a new property, and then they will bring you something like this. Okay, so go ahead and submit your website. If you have, they will give you a file. Okay, when you put your site here, they will give you a file. I'm not going to do this because I want first buy the one of .com is what I'm going to use to prefix this. Okay, but they will give you a file after entering here your .com website and continue. They will give you a file this file, come and paste it inside the public folder. Okay, they will give you a Google verification file, paste it in the public folder, and that will be done. Okay, when you go back this side, they will click on verify the website. They will verify if you have it in the public folder. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe so that we continue making content for you. If you have any questions or you have any video you want me to make, please put it in the description. You can comment it in the comment section, and I will make that video. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.